Welcome back, players and collectors, to another episode of The Void, the unofficial Nostalgix TCG podcast. I'm Ryan, as you guys know, and we have some really good stuff to go over today. It's been a week or two since I've done a podcast episode, and there has been a lot of spoilers for Cosmic Collision dropping in that time frame. So I can't wait to go over all this with you guys. I've been wanting to talk to somebody about it, and you guys get to be the people I talk to. So hopefully you guys are all doing well today. It's been a great week here for me. It's been busy, but we're crushing it. We're moving on, and we're doing bigger and better things. But before we get going, got to take a sip out of our new. Well, it's not really new. It's nice Viking mug here. We got some nice H2O. Got to stay hydrated. You know what I mean? So let's get right into it. Nostalgix Zaba in particular he's been spoiling cards every single day for the past couple weeks. It has been killer. It has been awesome. And he's been getting so creative on the way he's revealing these and kind of just like the arts and some of his TikToks he's been making of the cards being revealed, just phenomenal. You guys definitely need to go follow him on social media, follow the nostalgic pages if you haven't already. If you're not already, there's some really good memed out cards over there. But we're gonna dive right on in. I'm gonna pull up, if you guys are listening only on an audio format, then I apologize. I will do my best to read out exactly what we're going over here. There's a lot of cards, and you want to see the artworks for all these because they're so good. So whenever you get the chance, head on over to the video side of things on the YouTube channel and check it out. But here we go. The drop started on September 11th here, after you can see on the Discord, which we are on. They posted the Cosmic Collision Virgo and was that Leo zodiac sign fighters, the astral fighters. Kind of spoiled them, and then we haven't really seen much since August 22nd there. But on September 11th, Zaba dropped a big one when he gave us two cards in one. It was an arena and a surprise. Very, very cool to see. The arena is Underground Playground. And there's a little bit of backstory on this, that they actually had this prepped and ready to go for the original base set and dropped it at the last minute for some other. They had to make a cutoff at some point, and they wanted other cards in it, the base sets. So they cut this one out, and it is making its appearance finally in Cosmic Collision. So Underground Playground. I know this is kind of hard to see. It says non-token level 1 fighters that enter play from any source may do so face down in stealth. While in stealth, fighters are unable to be targeted, damaged, or affected by any other card. They are unable to attack, and their abilities do not activate. Fighters can evolve and remain in stealth during a player's turn. They may flip a fighter of theirs out of stealth and give it charge. Level 1 fighters can't exit stealth the turn they entered. Either player may check the identity of a stealth fighter at any time. So what's really cool is you can play it in stealth face down instead of playing it face up. This allows players to get a board state set up. So if your opponent is just controlling the board and you are having a very tough time coming back to the game, just play a couple fighters in stealth mode. When you get a couple of them out, you flip them up and you start, hammering away. You chip back at the opponent and get going that way. The cool thing is your opponent and you can check the fighters at any time, so they know what's there, they know what's coming. So if you're playing against the Underground Playground, you can kind of prep a little bit for what's coming, but they can't be board wiped. They can't be removed from the field of play. It's just overall, it's a really, really good arena. I think it's going to really open up the arena gameplay but it's also going to give players who are down in any match a way out. So that's big. That is a big card. And I mean, already in the Discord, people are going nuts over this card. The second one on here is a surprise 2 cost game over. When an opponent has 4 in any combination of Gundra, Aegisect, Metemix, Excaliger, or Scaventinal in play, you may activate this card, select and return one of those pieces to your opponent's deck. They will shuffle their deck. So this is a Gamatron reversal, essentially. So if you know your opponent is trying to go for the Gamatron summoning, and you want to say nope, this is the card for you right here. And the artwork is really good. It's got the Gamatron head and some other pieces just kind of laying around. Really cool. Really cool. But those were the first 2 cards revealed. If you're looking at the card here, the backgrounds for the cards are different. They're like star patterned, which is really cool. Makes it really feel like it's a cosmic type of background. So he revealed those, and then he kept coming out with some other new ones. And with these, he actually posted, as you can see on here, the arts for the cards. So not just the cards themselves, but the arts that the cards kind of came from. So here you can see both these arts without the card background on it. But then we also have the one with both cards on it. These are both surprises. We have Eclipse and Big Bang. So Eclipse, take a second turn after this one. Your current mana refills to half of your max mana, rounded down. When this card is sent to the void for any reason, remove it from the game. So essentially, this is a good late stage card. You get up to 10, you get to have an extra turn. Essentially, you get the second turn, but you also get to refill half your mana up. So if you have some of those cards that allow you to kind of pump your mana up, or you have Brecken or something like that, you could potentially get more. Excuse me. Let's see what else. We have Big Bang. Both players shuffle their void into their deck. So this is a card that I know Mini Minnow was very excited for. It's an anti-mill deck card, and I hate it. I hate it. You guys know I'm all about the mill, and I was not very happy to see it come through. The artwork is fantastic, but not a big fan of the card itself. Very short, very simple, to the point, but it's an effective card. It's going to see a lot of gameplay. And then shortly after, we saw the first reveal of the deity of Nostrum, Nost himself. He said he had the pleasure of attempting to invoke his grace today when I showed up with a surprise. Cosmic Collision mixed deck at this month's Bad Wolf play event. The dice rolls were not in my favor, but the look of pure shock on my opponent's face was worth the attempt. So, very, very cool. The one thing I will notice, or I will say about this, is as we go on, this is the only card on here, the only graphic, I should say, he made, where it has the card, facing forward, but then there's a second card behind it that's not revealed. I don't know if that means anything. I don't know if there's a second part to the Grace of Nost. I don't know. We'll have to find out. But I thought it was very interesting that it was the only one that I've noticed so far, at least. And I've looked at every single one that had that going on. So I'm not really sure what it's about, but I'm kind of hoping there's some kind of spoiler in there. All right. So this one, Grace of Nost. This is a surprise, a 4-cost surprise. If you would lose the game this turn, roll a die. If the result is even, you don't, and stay at 1 of that win condition until the end of turn. So when it says 1 of win condition, if your opponent was knocking out your hero's life, then you stay at 1 hero life. Or if your opponent was taking their last prize counter, then they stay at 1 prize counter. But the art is actually really cool. It's obviously a young man with a crown on his head. He's got the blue and gold Nostrum style jacket, which is sweet. Zaba, I want to see a jacket like this in the future, please. I really want that. Um, I like the blue swirl that's on his cheek, and he looks like an elf. He's got elf ears. So overall, I'm pretty happy with that design. I think it's a really good one. Um, I don't know what this is though. It almost looks like he's existing in the cosmic sphere, and he's got like a little mirror or something right here with a Nostalgix card on it. It could be a video screen. It could be anything. I don't really know, but it's really cool artwork. And like I said, the card itself just it looks so good. It looks fantastic. And if you guys did miss earlier this month, 2 weeks ago, actually, we as in Pro Decimus and myself, my brother, we opened 1,000 Nostalgix blister packs, proudly sponsored by Zaba for that whole thing, which was fantastic. That was a solid stream. Spoiler, we did get a signature card finally. I'm very happy about that. But what was really cool and what you guys need to be on the lookout for, and this is why I say join the Discord. I say it so often. Join the Nostalgix Discord. I will do everything I can to get you information when I can, but seriously, the best way to stay up to date and kind of get all the little secret things and whatever is join the Discord, because during that live stream, which was like 4 hours long, 3.5 hours long, something like that. During that live stream, Zaba said for every signature card we pulled, then he would share a new fighter from Cosmic Collision. And then also, blister packs are 50% off only during the live stream. So, although, I'm happy that all of you guys are subscribed to my channel and to, my Twitter, my Instagram, all of my social media platforms. You never would have found out about this because I was in the middle of a live stream when all this was going on. And the only way you would have known is by being in the live stream or being on the Discord because he made the announcement. So if you're not on the Discord, you definitely missed something really big with the 50% off blisters on the Nostalgix website for that live stream only. But that's not the only thing he's done in recent times to like kind of give back to the community in that regard. So we'll get to it a little bit further down, but you guys seriously need to join the Discord. All right, so let's move on. That was a big thing. That was really cool. But in honor of me and my brother Drake pulling a signature card on the live stream, they revealed the first of 4 Titans, introducing Celestis, this behemoth host an ancient replica of a city from below as if suspended in time. And as we click on the card here, it looks fantastic. If you guys are not, if you're on the audio side and you're not looking, I cannot wait for you to see these cards. All 4 Titans are fantastic. They are so good. The art is so good. They're kind of like borderless cards halfway, if that makes sense. The whole, like, I don't know. You just have to see this card for yourself. This whale is mammoth. It has a city on its back. It's floating in the sky. It's wicked cool. But the art extends beyond the borders. So honestly, like 60% of this card has no border. Like the bottom half of the card is borderless. It's all part of the art. So it's really, really cool. And here's the actual artwork for it. You can definitely see the city steeple things up on there. I don't really know what I'm trying to say. The big towers, like the big pointy steeples, are all over these buildings. You can see some trees and like other things on here on the whale's back. And it definitely looks like this is coming off of a ground type view, which is why I said it's in the sky. These are clouds over here. You got some birds and things like that. It's got some other whales floating around it. So maybe we're going to see some whale fighters. Not sure, not sure. But this is a behemoth of an animal and a fighter. It is an 8 cost. It's a Titan is as its sub fighter type, and the ability says your hero can't take more than 2 damage during each of your opponent's turns from spells. This Titan can only be played by paying 8 mana for its mana cost. So there's going to be no way of cheating this out. You have to pay the 8 mana cost. There's no, extra life. There's no, what is, what was that? I'm blanking on the stadium that lets you play like level 1 fighters for 1 cost. There's no cheating this out. You have to pay the 8 mana, but he's got 10 health, 3 shield, and it says Grand Slam for the attack. Select 2 of your opponent's fighters, destroy them and this fighter. Prize counters are taken for all fighters destroyed with this attack. So you want like a mini fighter board wipe? This is it. This is your Titan. And even if you don't use it, you slap this Titan down, Celestis, your opponent's going to be thinking twice about putting some big heavy hitters out there, knowing that it could be taken away before they even get to do anything. The next of the 4 Titans is Colossopotamus, another Titan. It's an 8 cost, 10 health, 3 armor. You'll see that all the Titans have the same ability. Your spells and surprises cannot be negated or countered. That's different, but the your spells cost 2 less than play is part of that. This Titan can only be played by paying 8 mana for its cost. So the mana thing is like it's going to be there for all these Titans, but what they actually do slightly vary. Which is really cool because your spells and surprises cannot be negated or countered. So if you have a very spell heavy deck, if you've got those BB decks, the Colossopotamus is the way to go. And again, it's one of those ones. Let me go back to the back card here, where it's like it's halfway borderless and halfway bordered, which I know makes a little bit not a lot of sense, but it's a little bit weird. But if you're looking at it, you kind of see, but like the whole bottom part of it is borderless essentially. It's really cool. I like these. He's like a big rock titan. I don't know. It's really, really cool. He's very menacing. He looks very realistic. And this is the style of art that I truly appreciate. I really like. This feels like something I would see in a Magic card. So Magic the Gathering. Really, really cool. And then he actually posted a picture of all 4 Titans together. I don't know why the other 2 Titans didn't get their own post in here, but here's all 4 of them back to back to back to back. The 3rd Titan is Iwakaris, which is a frog. Looks so cool. And I do notice now that I'm looking at them this way, they're all in the same pose. Like they're all looking the same way, and it's kind of like that downward up angle. So that's kind of interesting. So same thing again, 8 cost, 10 life, 3 armor. You know what? For Colossopotamus, I didn't even say his attack is Ruinous Roar. Select 2 of your opponent's fighters, double the amount of damage on them. So this is good if you've got a lot of damage on something. I would say this is one of the weaker fighters out of the 2 or out of the 4, but that's just my opinion. I know there's definitely going to be people who can utilize these big time. And at the end of the day, if you're doubling damage and it destroys a fighter, then it's kind of the same as, Celestis over here. But Iwakaris, at the start of your turn, draw an additional card for each non-token fighter to the left of this. This Titan can only be played by paying 8 mana for its cost. And then it has the Silencing Croak, which does 4 damage on its own. Plus, if this attack destroys a token fighter, you may select up to 2 more token fighters in play and destroy them. So this is kind of my answer to like tokens. So this is going to be a card I attempt to play against Mini Minnow and Pro Decimus and all you token fanatics. You destroy 1, you get to destroy 2 more, and that's going to be big. The cost is high. The ability is fantastic though. And then the last one, last but not least, is Voxodilis, which again, it cost 10 life, 3 armor, has the ability if this fighter attacked this turn, surprises you play for the rest of the turn, cost 0. This Titan can only be played by paying 8 mana. So if you have a bunch of surprises, if you're going to be like a very surprise heavy deck, or let's say you have a couple surprises in your hand that you really want to get out in the field, you don't have the mana for, you just attack with it, and then everything else costs 0 for surprises that turn. It does have an attack as well, Arid Maw for 5 damage. Does if this attack damaged a hero, declare a surprise name. Reveal your opponent's face down surprise cards. If any of the declared name, if any are the declared name, avoid them. So if you're worried about nopes, you're worried about reverses, you declare nope, for example, and then your opponent has to actually reveal their surprises. And so, you get to see what cards, what surprises they have. But if there's any nopes in there, then they get voided, they get tossed. So that's a pretty cool card too. That's a good like supporting ability. On top of it, does 5 damage. So really, really good. The next card up we have here, if you like dueling like it's 1580 BC, do we have a card for you? Temple of the Ancient Ways is not the greatest arena in the world. It's just a tribute summon. So, Temple, oh, the art, I never even realized that the art was slightly different from on here. This is where Zaba's been getting really creative. I don't know how he did this. It's got to be some kind of template or something, but the man is a genius. He put this card, it looks like it's in a stone picture frame in the middle of the Sahara Desert, which is wicked cool because that's the whole like theme of the card here. I honestly cannot see this all that well. Let me see if I can read this a little bit. During a player's turn, they may summon any fighter from their hand by sacrificing a number of non-token fighters equal to the fighter's level, and then paying its mana cost. Summoning in this way ignores evolution requirements. So it's a stadium, or it's an arena for 0 cost, which is beautiful. You can play this on turn 1, and then you sacrifice a fighter. You sacrifice the amount of fighters for the fighter's level. So if it's a level 1, you only have to sacrifice 1 fighter. So let's say you had Rowlet down there, 1 life. You sacrifice it, and you can pull a second or a different level 1 fighter out, like, I don't know, Aegisect or Gundra. That's a pretty good trade, in my opinion. Same for, like, if you want to boost Box Dragon out or Valkyrian, you have to sacrifice 3 fighters. So some of these decks are going to get good. I can't wait for them. But the artwork is fantastic. Definitely looks ancient, stone tablet type of feel to it, but really cool, really cool. When I saw that artwork, my mind was blown. Like, I was just kind of blown away. But the next one is one of my favorites. It's so nostalgic, and as soon as you did, I was like, you are the man. So here we have another one of those really cool and clever pictures that Zaba mustered up. It's a Game Boy Advance SP, and on the screen, it looks like it's a video game, but it's actually the art for the next card, Dimensional Discord, which you can see here. It's a 2-cost arena. When a player takes a prize counter, they draw a card. When this arena is destroyed, each player voids cards from the top of their deck equal to the number of prize counters they have remaining. So this, in my opinion, is a good mill card. You put this out for cheap, and then when this arena is destroyed, each player voids cards. I might have to get some clarification on if playing a different stadium or a different arena counts as destroying it. Because if that's the case, let's say turn one, you wanna mill something, or turn two, you slap this card out, and then the next turn you put a different, or even in that same turn, you put a different arena out, like Temple of the Ancient Ways, you destroy it, and then you both mill cards. I mean, sounds like a pretty good mill option to me. As we get down here a little bit further, the next announcement that we saw on the Discord here was actually really cool. Zaba redid the Merch Arena homepage, and he said, "I hope you find it all. You all find it more useful now." I'm not going to click on it. You guys can just go to it if you really need to. But he revamped the whole site. It looks a little bit better, and it's a little bit easier to like click and kind of find what you're looking for. So, one of the things that is really awesome is still up right now, if you want it, is the Sergeant Surge Convention Pack 2. Convention Pack. So we saw these a little bit earlier on the year when people wanted to get the jumbo bedazzled cards, I like to call them. That came with a convention promo, which you can only get by attending certain conventions. The 3 jumbo cards, and then a couple booster packs. He's done it again. The Mad Lad has done it again. He's got a second pack out here. This one comes with 5 Harmonic Surge packs, a Sergeant Surge Collecticon promo. I say Collecticon because that's the only convention I'm pretty sure that these were passed out at. And then 60 sleeves, a pack of 60 sleeves. So it's only $15. I've already clicked on it and maybe purchased a couple. So for $15, you're getting 5 booster packs, you're getting an exclusive promo card, and you're getting some sleeves. That's a solid deal. Definitely take advantage of this while you can if you have not already. Seriously, you guys are going to regret it if you don't. Next up, we have a sneak peek at part of the graphic novel, which he showed this, and I was just like, what? You guys, if you're looking at the screen here, this is Booster Box Dragon in the first panel. It says page 3. I don't know if it means like it's the actual page 3 or what, but we have page 3. We have Booster Box Dragon using like hyper beam essentially on something, on a man, a knight. I'm gonna assume, this is my theory, okay? I have no insider information on this whatsoever. I made a joke earlier on because the 4th panel on here, if you guys are watching on the video portion, the 4th panel is blurred out, and all you can see is like the shape of a face, of a man's face. I assume it's a man. Not really sure what it is, but I was like, why is Vegeta on the last panel here? I know we're all about nostalgia, but why is Vegeta on here? But it got me to thinking, and I've not said this theory to anybody yet because I wanted to kind of think about it for a little bit, and I think I might be right. Looking at the panels here, you've got the footstep here, you've got the shield, and kind of like the tunic kind of coming up over here. Then in the next panel, you can see some of the tattoos kind of on the right arm, and it's holding, I say it because, again, I don't know what it is. It's holding a sword, a very fancy sword. Looking at this, to me, it looks like this is Nost himself. I'm putting it out there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm officially putting it out there. I think this is Nost. And if it's not Nost, then, if it's the deity of Nost, I should say, then it's something related to the deity of Nost, like father, mother, brother. It's got to be something. It looks to me like it's the deity of Nost, and that's my prediction for that. So you guys heard it here first. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think this character is. Do you think it's the deity of Nost? Do you think it's something else? What are your theories? I want to hear them down below. I can't wait to see what you guys actually think because I kind of think about these things and I get crazy about it. Like sometimes think maybe I'm thinking too much on it, but I think that's a pretty good guess. I want to hear what you guys think. Next spoiler card we see here is harnessing our inner Ryan Trahan. It's the greatest reset. Little known fact: we donated to his penny series as he crossed the U.S. starting with nothing but a penny. Had to immortalize this amazing memory with a card. So here you go. You've got a spell card, an 8 cost spell card, mind you. That's a hefty price to pay. But it's the greatest reset. The artwork is fantastic on it. But it says remove all cards in play from the game. Do not take prize counters for this effect. Each player shuffles their hand and their voided cards back into their deck, then draws back into their deck, then draws 6 cards. Remove this card from the game. So what's really interesting is it says remove all cards in play from the game. So anything on the board state is in play, it gets removed. This is, I think, is the only thing that can take your stealth mode fighters out. I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. But the artwork on it is just fantastic. You got like a black hole type effect here, and it's on fire, and it has a massive like Saturn style ring, and Nostalgix cards are just flying to it. It looks sweet. I love this art style. I love the look of it. Not Zaba and team, you guys just absolutely crush every single artwork. It's Vim, so that shouldn't come as any surprise. It's a fantastic art, and we know it's Vim. The other artists are fantastic too. I'm not trying to diminish anything they do. I just knocked everything over. All the artists are great. He's truly just on the next level though. So after that, we had 3 days of new fighters here, or different form fighters. He said, introducing the first villainous appearance of the new origin form Abducta. This vintage throwback has a deep history of space combat against a select team of commanders hand selected to protect the last Stella from its clutches. Over the next days, we'll be revealing its 2 evolutions. So that's kind of big already because Abducta evolves into Destructa, and that's kind of just it in base set. But now in Cosmic Collision, it's actually going to have a 3rd evolution as well. But as we click on this, we can see Abducta is definitely in a retro video game style, like Galaga style art here. Really cool. But it is a 1 cost with 1 life and 1 armor. It is a mech, and it has the ability. Oh, that's not an ability. Actually, it's got 2 attacks. First one is insert quarter. I love the references here, man. These get me so much. Insert quarter does 1 damage and remove a card from your void from the game. Heal 2 damage from any target. So that actually might be a good like heal mechanic too. That might be a good one to invest in a heal deck. Void Invader is the 2nd attack. Search the bottom 5 cards of your deck, pick 1 card to add to your hand, and place the rest in your void. So high price to pay, but you get to pick certain cards in your deck there. So this might be a good card to have Stella Fantasia as a hero for as well. We'll mess around with it. I'm definitely going to be building some really cool decks with all this. You guys will see here pretty soon. But another thing that Zaba did in between all of this, and this is one of the things I was saying, like Zaba he's got a way of just like really enticing people to come buy merch. Is he said through end of day Sunday, get free shipping on all merch arena orders over $50. This is our first free shipping promotion ever. Party on, heroes. So I think this promotion, when he posted this, it was like a Thursday or Friday. So there was a good 3 to 4 day stretch of having this on. And it was a huge success from what I know. But that's a reason you want to be part of the Discord, because that's not something like, I don't even think I really put it out there all that much. I may have like retweeted what he put on Twitter, but you get most of your source information here from the Discord. So definitely join. All right, then we move on to the second of the Abducta line here. The mothership of Abducta has arrived. Its movements suggest a hive mind controller behind the scenes. Say hello to Destructa. So this art is fantastic. It's another one of those, like, the art extends past the borders. Really, really cool. It looks like it's floating in space. It's a, like, like alien spaceship type thing. It's got like the all-seeing eye up here, mech eye. But you see it actually has like some kind of controller in it, which really cool. I love I absolutely love the design of this. This whole thing looks so good. It's a mech, 4 cost, 4 life, and 2 armor. Says insert 2 quarters for 2 damage. Insert 2 quarters is the attack name. For 2 damage, remove 2 cards from your void from the game. Heal 2 damage from any 2 targets. And then its second attack is Super Void Invaders. Reveal the bottom 2 cards of your deck and deal their combined cost as the damage for this attack. Void both cards. So this would be a good card for Fantasia Stella. I can see where this is going to become very useful. I've got some decks brewing already with this line in mind. And finally, we get to the next reveal here, which is the third and final evolution of Abducta Origin Form, which may be one of the coolest villain lines ever, to be honest. The Great Emperor Devesta. Not really sure how to say it. It could go either way. Appears. Once exiled for his vile experiments, he's returned to take his vengeance upon Starfrog, which we see a name here. Nobody, I kind of sat back and watched. Nobody pointed out Starfrog from what I saw. Nobody pointed that out. So Starfrog appears to be something coming in the future. I don't know. Initial thoughts is Star Fox. So it could be like a team of heroes or some kind of collective group that goes through space, because Star Fox, that's what they do. So interesting. This is oddly enough, this is a 3 cost. If you look at the other two, Destructo was a 4 cost and Devesta is a 3 cost. So that's kind of already weird and different. It's going to take everybody by surprise. I'm telling you now. It's a mech. This fighter can only enter play by evolving Destructa into it. So again, there's no cheating this out. You can only get it by evolving it. It has 6 life and 4 armor, 2 attacks. The first one is press start. So it says 2 times. This attack deals 2 damage for every 4 cards in your void. So you definitely want to have a lot of cards in your void. Definitely a good mill option here. And then Void Invaders 64. If there are exactly 64 cards in all players' voids combined, you win the game. I don't know how you go about doing that. It's going to be nuts when the first person uses this in a tournament and wins off of it. And I fully intend on being that first person. I'm just saying. God, it's just that card, that line is so good, and I'm loving everything about it. Next up, we have the Sword of Duality. This is a really cool one. I thought the art. We'll look at the art first. The art is fantastic. It's the sword is floating through space, and you can see in the bottom left corner, it's got like the fiery elements, almost like a solar flare kind of coming up, and then in the top right, it looks like light, like blue light, or maybe it's like cold light or something like that coming through. Not really sure what this is here. It kind of reminds me of Atomic Frog, but I'm not entirely sure. but the sword obviously, split between the red fire and the blue fire. Really cool to see. But it's a 4 cost equipment that says this equipment can only be attached to fighters that have a printed cost of 4 or less. This fighter can attack twice per turn. Each attack is performed individually. So you attach this something that has a cost of 4 or less, and you get to attack twice. That is massive. Imagine equipping this to Devesta. Yeah, exactly. Um, so it does say fighters specifically, only fighters, no heroes. I'd made a joke in the Discord about putting Kai and Sword of Duality onto Brecken and watch like just the tears of all of its enemies unfold. And Zaba had to ruin it for me and say it's fighters only. Could have let me like have my moment for a day or something. I like putting the fear into people, especially Pro Decimus and Mini Minnow. And then after that, we're getting down to the last few now. We have one of our most recent spoilers is Krakenbeard. Oh, I love it. I love it. Krakenbeard is fantastic. And it's big because this is the first in Harmonic Search. We got the secret rare card Atomic Frog, which was the first deckable hero card with a printed mana cost in the game's existence. And here we are seeing it make a comeback because Krakenbeard is a 5-cost hero, which means it's deckable. This replaces your current hero in hero health. Krakenbeard always has an attack value equal to the number of fighters with taunt you control. So this is going to, I already know. I'm going to be playing Minnow and Pro Decimus, and they're going to have Nakira to start, and they're going to eventually get Krakenbeard out, and it's going to be a nightmare unless I can mill it first. But that is huge. You get quite a few taunt tokens out. You use double time to double them, and then you just start swinging with Krakenbeard. And on top of that, he has 20 life. So if you're less than 20 life and you play Krakenbeard, you go back up. That can be brutal. I want to utilize it too. So, Minnow, I'm going to be building some Nakira decks. That hurts to say, but I'm going to be building some Nakira decks. And then, what was it yesterday? 2 days ago, we had Zaba post a little meme video on here. And the reason I'm sharing on here, you can't hear it, but it's giving us another brand new deckable hero. And when I saw this, I was like, we got 2 of them coming. Like, what? We have 2? Blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. I honestly thought Krakenbeard was going to be like a secret rare and or like the deckable hero for the sets, and maybe they were just going to go in a different direction with having secret rares or anything like that. But then we see another one here, and my mind got blown. Here on the screen, we have Hero Helper 7. It's got a 4-cost hero, which again means it's a deckable hero. When this hero enters play, set its life to be equal to the number of cards in your void. Then remove all cards in your void from the game. So this would make a good hero swap, essentially, if you have a lot of cards in the void. If you're running low on your deck, and it's going to really come into play when you're running low on life and you have no real way to heal or go back up, but you have a lot of cards in the void. This is a good hero option. So really, really cool, honestly. Ooh, that like got big and then went small real fast. I don't know. It was strange. But it doesn't stop there, ladies and gentlemen. He's been on a mad series of just throwing these deckable heroes at me, and my whole little heart can't take it. It's just so exciting because the last spoiler that we got yesterday at the time of recording was Ryla, the Empress of Carrion, has arrived. First of all, look at how menacing that is. I, oh man, these arts are just fantastic. The glowing blue eyes with like the steampunk art is just fantastic. Obviously, she's like half mechanical. Um, well, it appears to be that way. Like even her biceps, her arms, and everything looks to be mechanical, but it's the Rising Empress. I did see him post somewhere that says, "Don't call her a hero yet," which means she might have some lore that's a little darker than the rest. But we have Ryla, Empress of Carrion. Once per turn, you may pay 5 hero life. If you do, target a fighter and void it. What? That is nuts. That is absolutely nuts. Um, what makes it interesting is that this is a 7 cost hero with 10 life. So, in theory, you could only use it once without killing yourself. Um, and I'm almost curious if you were down to 5 life, if you used it to get rid of a fighter, it says take normal prize counters. So if you void it to knock out the last fighter and take the prize counter, do you both win or lose simultaneously? Or do you win because you did the action first and then your hero dies? I don't know. I don't know. But it's very interesting. I think this is going to be, if you can get this out and you can effectively use the ability, man, is that going to be big. I really want to make a deck with her in it. I'm not even going to lie. I really want to, but holy cow, there was some really good spoilers being released. And I'm sure by the time this video comes out that we may have seen another spoiler, as it'll be the 28th. And as of the time of this recording, it is the 27th. Well, I guess it's the 28th technically now. It's very, very early morning. But I mean, just fantastic stuff, honestly. Um, my mind's been blown with this set. I think this set is going to be way better than base set and harmonic surge. And I love both of those. They like both sets have some amazing cards, some amazing art, and amazing gameplay mechanics. But I think this one's going to just take the cake. Nostalgix just keeps getting better and better. I've been saying it this whole time. I said it when Harmonic Surge was coming out. I'm saying it again now with Cosmic Collision, man. It's just getting better and better. But that is pretty much all the announcements and news that we have for the week, for the last couple weeks. Really, it's been spoiler after spoiler. One day at a time. A lot of stuff going on. I really can't think of anything else. I thought I had something else that I wanted to share with you guys about Nostalgix, but I didn't write it down. And when I got to planning and preparing for this episode, I tried hard to like hit my recollection side of my brain, and it would not pop up. So I have no idea. But we are going to end it on the way we normally do, which is giving the card of the week. I'm not going to really do the guess the card for next week or anything like that, but I do have a card right here that is going to be my card pick of the week. And then we have a pack after this as well. For this week's episode, I picked a card that's from the Everyone's a Hero series. So this is a custom hero card, essentially. I'm going to let you guys have a moment to guess in the comments below what you think it is. But this is a really cool card. I've been wanting this card for a while. I did get it back a little while back, but it is the January custom hero card. Let's see if it'll focus a little bit. It's kind of, but not really focusing there. But really good artwork here. It's a hero card by Yobot. For pretty much everybody, because I know you couldn't read it. The ability says once per turn, you may pay 1 mana to give your hero or any fighter a +1 attack weapon token until the end of turn. So this is tournament legal. If I, wanted to play, I could definitely use this in a tournament. And I believe Yobot still has a few of these up on their website. So if you're wanting an official hero card from the Everyone's Hero series, this is one that Zaba and team made for Yobot as like a thank you type of thing, and it is available for purchase. But we have a blister pack. I've said it before. I can't stop with the blisters. I've watched, or I've seen, at least I should say, like 2 other people pull the booster box dragon signature. Since I pulled my signature card, which I did not get the booster box dragon. I'm not going to tell you which one I did. Go watch my live stream. I really want the booster box dragon though. All right, we're going to do 1, 2, 3 to the front. And we're going to go through this pack here, see what we can get. We've got a Proving Grounds, Pestilence, Lumoth, Abducta. This is not the origin form, but it's the original Abducta. Aegisect, Rewind Time, Biceptus Blast. We have Ankar and... Oh, that's not the end yet. We have Lunarva and... we have Nisei. So there you go. There's the rare card. No holo, no signature. That's okay. It feels good, though. It feels good to be able to say that I do have a signature card, though, finally. So I'm happy about that. But that is all we have time for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys all for joining me on another wonderful and beautiful episode of the Void Podcast. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. I hope you continue to have a fantastic week. And I look forward to talking with you all in the Discord, on my social media pages, just everywhere we can about Nostalgix and Cosmic Collision coming up. There's so many good spoilers and cards coming out there. It's just good. I'm ready for Cosmic Collision to be here. I really am. But that's all we have time for today. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. We'll see you guys in the next episode.